Today's episode is going to be absolutely amazing, and there's 3 of us. So we're going to talk about my voice, my participation, mom and dad. It's going to be absolutely exciting, so stay tuned.
Disability Life TV is sponsored by Connor Dental Associates.
Welcome back. My name is Yvette Pegues, and I am your host for Disability Life TV. We have from this side of the screen Dr. Ernest Hopkins. You may have seen him on some of the earlier shows. And then we have our special guest, Lara Swenson, today, and we're going to talk about her disability, her current job status, and her parenting experience. This is really going to be exciting, everyone. So without further delay, I'd like to introduce you to Miss Lara Swenson. How are you today?
Okay.
All right. Nice to hear it. So Lara, tell us a little bit about the cool chair that you're sitting in. Can you tell me why you're sitting in that chair?
Because I have a disability, which I have cerebral palsy and stuff.
Cerebral palsy. Mm-hmm. So we've had guests on our show before with CP,
right,
which is kind of the short term for cerebral palsy.
Right.
And my question to you today, Lara, is were you born with
yes.
your condition?
Yes.
What kind of understanding do you have about why and how you acquired this condition?
My mom would know.
Okay.
Because that really would, my real mom would know.
Okay.
Because that would really be the question for her.
And I agree with that.
And I just can't hardly answer that.
And that's okay. And guess what?
Huh.
Dr. Hopkins and I are very interested in that segue you made to your mom. Can we talk a little bit about your mom? Are we talking about Dr. Aaron?
Dr. Aaron is fine. She is my father.
Okay.
Which is kind of confusing.
It is. So, Dr. Aaron is Lara's dad, but she is now
a woman.
So let's talk about that. Do you mind spending a little bit of time talking about your
No.
mom, your dad, and your other mom?
Nah, I just have one mom and a dad.
Okay.
So it's just kind of, and then I don't have any parents, right? And I do have a brother-in-law.
Okay.
Over at in Johnson City, Tennessee, with my other sister. I have one big sister who is Inga.
Okay.
She is
Inga. Okay.
She is doing she has a child by the name of Anna B. Frangione.
So you have a beautiful family. I'd love to meet them. I didn't even know that you had these siblings and family members. But for the purpose of the show, Dr. Hopkins, you've met Dr. Aaron. Mm-hmm. And she is very open about her transgender lifestyle. But what we're hoping to find out today, and if you'll take over the questioning from here, is how that happened.
What she had done is to, particularly to, have, the pills. Mm-hmm. She took some medicine to change into a woman.
And how long ago was this?
20 years.
Okay.
And when Aaron started, oh please, my mother did not even appreciate it. She was really mad.
Uh-oh. Let's talk about that. Dr. Hopkins?
And so, Lara, just a quick question. Mm-hmm. How, during the transition for Dr. Aaron,
right,
you having being a person with a disability, how did your father's transition, how did that affect you? What were your thoughts? What were some of your feelings? Were you always happy about it? Were you unhappy about it?
Okay,
Can
now
you tell us
that's
a little bit about that?
Okay, now that's a good question. I was kind of in a way that I was in a way that I was not in an exciting mood because I thought that I had to have counseling and stuff. It was not in an exciting mood. I had stuff inside that I had to get out, and it was not what I call a good kind of a experience. But since she had done this 20 years ago, I have, I know what she had done, and she now has everything. I mean, completely to this, and then down here.
Okay.
It's like, are you kidding me? I mean, right when she was about to go, like what she had, like what he had, he particularly went to the, he went to the hospital, and the doctors had to remove it.
Got it.
So
complete transformation.
So I asked my father Eric if I could go on over there and to be seeing him into a woman.
Wow.
And so then my father says, "Oh, I'll be back." Like,
Aww.
are you kidding me?
That is hilarious.
My father had to go to the hospital to have that kind of a training on that kind of a notice, but and I also had a time where I had to take her over to the mall.
Right.
And I didn't tell you this part. I took her over to the mall, and particularly to get her ears done.
Ears pierced?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
And and he asked, "Oh, is there a possibility that you could hold me?" I'm like, "Dad, no way, I can't hold you."
Aww.
Because he really wanted me to hold him. To hold his hand and stuff. I felt like that I truly did not wanted to get into that kind of a issue with that kind
I get it. Dr. Hopkins, I think that was a great question. Did you have a follow-up?
I do, and I guess, Laura, I'm interested in how, you had to go to school, your education,
Right.
picnics, just going to the grocery store.
Well, I haven't gone to the grocery store by myself, but when we were living together, my folks had to go to the grocery store, but now, since I am not living with them, I am living at a group home where I am living with 3 guys, and I am the only woman there.
Oh, I can't wait to talk more about that.
I know it!
Stay tuned. Second half, we'll get into the details about that. So, Dr. Hopkins, were you getting to the point where you just wanted to know how it felt now as a person with a disability and now having a transgender dad who is identifying as mom in that circle?
As a father, because my mom has her kind of a situation, and she did not even, she told me last night that she could not even come over because she was not in a...
We don't want to get anybody in trouble.
I know!
We don't want to get anybody in trouble,
I'm just
Lara.
saying.
We'll have to talk about that off camera.
But still.
But did your life change? Is that where we're going with this? How did your life change when your father's gender changed, or did it not? I think that's really where we're going with that. Is that correct, Dr. Hopkins?
Yes.
Yeah. Tell everyone.
I felt kind of nervous.
Okay.
And kind of upset about it.
Okay.
Because that's the kind of a situation that in my kind of a stage, when we were living at McCully Drive, after Dalton.
Yes.
Dalton, Georgia is where I've been born at.
Okay.
So, after the Dalton, then we went to McCully Drive.
Got it.
And I have stayed by myself. And then my father came home and he called me and he says, "Oh, I'm gonna bring over like a Subway and stuff," and I said, "Sure, go ahead."
And this is when you were living by yourself. So let me just ask you a quick question.
Sure.
So we know that it was 20 years ago.
Right.
You look about 20. So I'm going to ask you a personal question.
I'm not.
So how old were you when this transgender decision was made?
15.
So you were 15.
Mm-hmm.
So you're a teenager.
Right.
You have CP.
Right.
Were you using the wheelchair at that age?
Yes.
Okay.
I at 2 to 3 I was using a big wheelchair.
Got
and
it.
I was not sitting upright.
Got it. Okay. So that was, you remember that?
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Oh, yes. In fact, my mother has a picture of me sitting in a wheelchair and for me to be driving in the basement and stuff.
That sounds
my mom says, we don't want Lara to be driving upstairs.
Oh, no. That was a smart move. That was a smart move.
But I'm just saying, though, she had me not driving upstairs yet. I said, okay.
But it sounds like you have really good childhood memories.
Right.
So you had a great childhood.
Yeah.
And this change in your childhood and your family dynamics, it didn't change you. Other than the fact that you had questions. right?
I had questions from my dad.
Of course
stuff.
you did. And
But-
you're very close.
Right.
Because I've seen the two of
Right.
you interact.
Right.
And so we're going to break
Okay.
for our sponsors. But before we do, what I would like to know, honestly, is how is your relationship with your dad right now? Has it really changed since his gender changed?
It is doing okay. I really think that Aaron is just at the other time I've got to tell y'all about the time that she beats me at
Yes.
the poker game.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
So
that
at the end
sounds-
of the
yeah.
at the end of
yes. Yeah, that
our
definitely
in the
seems
commercial,
like an
I just
off-camera
wanna
conversation. But you were a happy child. You did, like we all, had questions.
right.
But you overall
But
had
no,
a
no,
good
no.
childhood?
Well, but the only thing is that I asked my father, was that my mother's clothes?
Ooh.
And when he brought them out, I asked if those are my mother's clothes. He said no.
Okay.
That is his clothes. I mean, that is his clothes. That is his shoes.
Okay.
He finally did not even put them on. But when my mom finally gotten home, I was so doggone wound up upset. When that was, I mean, I was just,
It's
God.
okay. Well,
it
guess
was
what?
like,
Guess what? After the break, Dr. Hopkins is going to talk more about my voice, my board, my participation, and your job. So we don't want you to be upset.
No, I'm not.
But we'll be back right after the break.
Connor Dental Associates, full-service dentistry, providing orthodontics, implants, laser dentistry, and general care, set in a calm and relaxing environment. Our experienced dentist and staff are here to maintain your dental health, improve your appearance and quality of life. Compassionate, professional, and informative. Ask about our core whitening system, servicing insured and non-insured patients of all ages. Located in Kennesaw, near I-75. Call today and experience the difference for yourself.
Welcome back. Yvette Pegues here again with my guest co-host, Dr. Ernest Hopkins. The first half of the show, we got to know a little bit about Miss Lara Swenson, our special guest today, and we're going to go into just a little bit more detail about what she's doing as far as her work and how the three of us got together and we met. So, Dr. Hopkins, thank you for being my guest co-host today.
It's a pleasure. Let's
talk a little bit about your area of expertise and how we met Miss Lara and some of the things that we promised our viewers.
So, I actually am a trainer under the Georgia State University Centers for Leadership and Disability. The My Voice, My Participation, My Board is a program designed to teach people who have developmental disabilities how to serve on boards or councils or more, boards of directors. Lara actually is one of my, I guess, graduates, or she's now an alumni. She has graduated.
I have not even graduated
yet. Lara has graduated.
She has. Go with
Not really.
Lara is a wonderful graduate. It's actually one of my very best persons who have actually graduated through the program at Georgia State. And so My Voice, My Participation, My Board is a wonderful program. It helps people identify some of their barriers, some of their needs, helps them to understand that they can serve on a board of directors. You have to have the voice of people who are living with developmental disabilities or learning disabilities or disabilities, period, as a whole. And so Lara actually was one of the recent graduates from the program.
Oh, please.
And one of the recent graduates from the program did really, really well.
She did.
And here we are. And so, Lara, I want to ask you something. Being a graduate from My Voice, My Participation, My Board, Dr. Aaron was often present, and I noticed the strength that you get from your father and the leadership between the two of you.
Right.
How does that, being a graduate, being a graduate from of the program My Voice, My Participation, My Board, how has that, I guess I want to say expounded, how have you transitioned both yourself and your father? Has that helped you all maybe mold into something or achieve anything recently? And I know that you're at the Frazer Center, so how has My Voice, My Participation, My Board, and then being with your father, how has that molded into any change or outcomes? Or
Well, it has, first off, it has been kind of I did not even expect to be graduating from this kind of a thing, because it just kind of like surprised me from it. And I really did not want it to be graduated by that at first. But with my father, I was, she's okay about it. She and I have some great, some experience from that kind of a way. But for both of us, I would have liked to be like in the way that if they could have asked me to be on the board before we should have left, I should have asked that question. But if that was the not kind of a question that I should have not asked about, then who knows?
You did great.
But I mean, I really, before we left that spot, I really just did not even wanted to be like, I did not want it to be like, when we were having that meeting, I really wanted to have like, to be having them to say, oh, Lara, like, here we are, like, now you're a participant to be on the board.
And let me ask you this.
Right.
What did you like most about the program and My Voice, My Participation, My Board?
I just like the kind of the meetings that I had to meet Yvette and you, because that's the kind of the first kind of a arrangements that I did not even know who I was about.
Oh my goodness.
That's awesome.
Who I was about to be with and stuff, because it just kind of made me kind of in a way that I really did not even wanted to. I mean, I saw you and Yvette just standing around, and I was like, oh my God. What?
Okay, you're making me blush here.
No.
Dr. Hopkins.
So Lara, from the My Voice, My Participation, My Board program at Georgia State University, you are now a graduate. How are you going to use some of the skills and the things that you learned from the program? How are you using them today?
I'm not even for sure about that yet. Sure. Of learning, I mean, of knowing how to, about learning how to, or knowing how to do things. I thought that I was, at the last episode of our class,
Right.
I thought that I was going to get more homework. Kind of idea.
Homework. Oh gosh.
So Lara, even though
That's the kind of a thing that I was really, really hoping to be like.
The program's going to continue
Exactly.
going on.
Yes.
So that
was kind of like, I thought that it would never stop.
It's a lot.
So Lara, did you actually? So you're at the Frazer Center, and
Right.
you're a self-advocate.
Right.
How are you using some of the learned skills, like the elevator speech? Have you had a chance to do your elevator speech?
I have, but I have not even done it with the huge people around.
What can you tell me? What's an elevator speech? She's going to hit me in a minute.
Yes.
Can you tell me what an elevator speech is?
It's about the that I would like to teach people with the disabilities and stuff. And I would definitely like to be teaching the computers and stuff. So if somebody is just completely stuck
Right.
on it, and if they need me, and if I have my office, then I would have to leave my office and then have to go to their office and just to be like helping them out. So
No, go ahead.
And so Lara,
that sounds
with
good.
your, after graduating from My Voice, My Participation, My Board.
well, but it doesn't seem like.
Oh, but yeah, and she's a graduate.
No.
Tell me what you do at the Frazer Center.
Tell me what you do at the Frazer Center.
Yeah.
I am, what I'm actually doing is I am first, I was over there since I was a child. My mother brought me over to the Frazer's, it was a CP Center. Before it became...
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
It was the CP Center before it became the Frazer Center. So,
And the Frazer Center is a group home?
No.
Oh.
No.
Can you tell us what the Frazer Center is?
Okay.
Yes.
The Frazer Center is... I'm glad that you asked about that, because the Frazer Center is actually a Dayhab for people with disabilities and stuff.
So you said a Dayhab.
Right.
So it's rehab daily. So it's not overnight. You go in for the day and then you go back home. Is that correct? So that's
Exactly.
what a Dayhab is. Okay.
Right. And what I usually do is I usually go on over there in the morning, and then I have my day over there. And then, like, in the afternoon, then Patricia comes over and picks me up, and then we go over to get the other guys.
Got it.
And then we go on home so that it would be kind of my relaxing kind of a time so that I can have like a time to do my computer stuff. And
But you work there too, right?
at my house and at the Dayhab I do.
What do you do?
What I am actually doing is there is a class that I am attending for a job.
Ooh.
And
Job.
and
Tell us about that.
and I am kind of well, okay, I'm kind of excited and okay, what I'm planning to do is to go out into the community and to be like, actually to be like having like my own desk and stuff, or to be like I could work at an office, or I could actually be, my second choice is to being working at the hospital.
Okay.
So actually, if they want to train me with the intercom and that kind of a thing, that's fine. But I just really want to.
Okay. Sounds like this is an interview. So if you're watching and you are a hospital administrator,
Right.
or you have an office position where the My Voice, My Board, My Participation training can be put to use. Laura's
Well,
looking.
I wish I.
Are
well,
you looking?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
But I really would. I have been talking about it with one of the job coach at the Frazer Center,
Okay.
and she said that she says that we are going to be having our own job coach.
That's
there.
good. You
Over
know a lot
there.
about job coaching, right, Dr.
Oh,
Hopkins?
yes.
So let's wrap it up. Okay, we're going to wrap it up. Unfortunately, we're getting close to the end of our interview today, but we want to make sure that Dr. Hopkins, our guest co-host today, can help wrap it up and bring it all together. There's a lot that we discussed today, but you're always welcome to come back. But
Yes.
we would like to just wrap it up and make sure that our guest get to love and know you just as much as we do. So, you want to take it up?
So I just in conclusion, I'm always overwhelmed and thank you again for allowing me to be a co-host.
Yes.
Lara is a graduate of My Voice, My Participation, My Board, Georgia State University,
I'm
Centers
really
for
not.
Leadership and
I'm
Disability.
really
She
not.
is. She is.
She is,
I know, but
and
I'm
a
really
wonderful
not.
person. And so
But
we
I'm really
want to
not.
say thank you for allowing us to be a part of your show. Thank you to the sponsors and
D-Life Diamond.
D-Life
D-Life
Diamond.
Let's talk about the D-Life Diamond, right? We close out every show with a D-Life Diamond.
So a D-Life Diamond is?
A D-Life Diamond is a nugget, something that we took from the show, amazing things that we learned about Lara, and just how we close things out and just wrap things up and say, what is the diamond in the rough? What is the information we want you to walk away with? What is it, Lara, that you find to be the most amazing part of your life, amazing part of today's show, and something you'd like to share with our viewers? Just one quick thing. What would you like to say? I think I know what you're thinking.
I know. Why don't you just tell them for me?
I'll be happy to do
I
that.
just really don't want to.
I'm happy to do that.
I just don't want to have, like, when I'm talking, I am just usually into the part that I just cannot even bring it back on.
I got your back. I got your back. We have
So
your back.
I just need you and Dr. Hopkins to just
Sure.
tell them.
First, let me just be clear, okay? Lara Swenson is a graduate. I saw her certificate. In fact, Dr. Hopkins handed it to her. So she is an absolute graduate. And she is working on using the skills that she was taught at Georgia State University Center for Leadership and Development and Frazer Center to be active in the community. And so to do that, I'd like everyone to know that we are able, whether we're in a disability chair, if we have a CP, or if we have any type of disability, we, through training and experiences, can accomplish great things, much like Miss Lara did. And we are so happy to have met her and to know, wait, listen, I'm pretty sure that you're doing great things. And she's so shy. And humble about it. She's humble. If we could talk about the things that she has accomplished, you would be just as impressed and excited about Miss Lara Swenson. But the D-Life Diamond here is that we are able, whether we have CP, whether our experiences change, it's no different than anyone else's lifestyle. We just experience it differently. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Thank you to our guest, Lara Swenson, and my guest co-host, Dr. Ernest Hopkins. We are so excited that you joined us, and we love you for watching.